not at the beginning of day 3. So for example, usually they release people at midnight because of when I'm placing this order and the time it is. They're not gonna release you at midnight. They'll probably. All right, who's here on Brian White? Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, so what are you here for?
It's an MTR. He turned himself in today on the warrant, but we've actually resolved. We have a recommendation for the court.
All right, so y'all ready to proceed on it?
Yes.
All right. Court is calling 2022 CR 8045, State of Texas versus Brian Christopher White. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Brian Christopher White
Andrew Harris Sadelman.
for the defense.
Tilden Schaefer for Mr. White.
You know,
Your
you're
Honor.
Brian Christopher White.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Brian Christopher Wright who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 8045 for the offense of driving while intoxicated third or more on November 7, 2022 for a term of 5 years?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
State would like to orally amend violation of condition number 15 to read ignition interlock rather than hand device.
We have no objection on that.
All right,
On or about the 15th day of December 2024 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant, Brian Christopher White, did then and there fail to comply with the rules, regulations, or instructions of the ignition interlock device, in that the defendant failed to provide daily samples in violation of condition number 15.
how do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State.
State waives the remaining violation allegations, Judge.
Any objections to the waivers?
No, Your Honor.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 15, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 8 years in prison and up to $1,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition 15? Court would find violation of condition number 15 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor.
So Judge, continued supervision, permitted conditions to include scram and monthly home visits.
All right, so any objections to the court reviewing the court summary?
No, Your Honor.
All right, you want to raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Brian Christopher White.
All right, why are you not following through with ignition interlock?
There's really no good excuse. There's been a few automotive issues, but it's, just not doing it. I don't have a good excuse. There've been a few times I forgot. I haven't been home, but nothing that's excusable.
All right, do you want to go to prison?
No, man. I have a 17-year-old who depends on me, and I'm doing really well. I actually divorced because of her substance abuse, and I've been doing really well.
Well, you're acting as though you want to go to prison because you don't have any good excuse for not abiding by these conditions. And this has been going on since 2024.
Yeah, there's no good excuse. My first probation officer, I didn't ask, and she didn't say about how many times I had to blow. And the last time I had an ignition interlock, I didn't have a set amount. But you did tell me when you extended it for 6 months that I had to do it 3 times a day. And
Yeah.
And when it got cold, I had battery issues. I had to have it rewired. And there's, again, no good excuse, but I definitely don't want to go to prison.
But you're behaving as though you do, because we've been here before with this and we're still dealing with the same thing.
You will never see me again. I guarantee that.
I think that's what you said the last time. My mind is a steel trap.
This is my first.
This is first MTR in the court. He
No,
had some supplementals.
Yes, and I do compliance hearings
Yes.
and I tell
Yes,
people to
Your
get their life in order. All right, this is what the court is gonna do. And state your excuse. The court is gonna deny the motion, alternate amend conditions for a 6 months extension. And there's gonna be 3 days in the Bear County Jail starting today. All right,
Where I can help someone to take care of my son.
okay.
Is a 6-month extension on the probation supervision or on?
Yes, on the probation supervision.
Okay.
And then 3 days in the Bear County Jail starting today.
Is there any way he could like turn himself in at 5 o'clock or?
So who's with your son now?
He's at school.
And who lives in the house with you? And where are your parents?
I work.
All right, so are you able to call them to let them know
Yeah,
All right, I'll allow him to make a phone call to them, let them know to pick him up.
Okay, can he call his work as well? Because he doesn't want to lose his job.
Sure. Deputy Laura, Deputy Mejia,
Yes, Judge.
he'll need to call, he's gonna go into custody today, but he'll need to call his work and his parents.
Yes, Judge.
so I'll be there by Friday, so I won't have to miss work next week.
No, you have 3 days. And counsel, you can come back and check it in with the court on day 3 to make sure that he's been released.
Yes,
Including today is part of the 3 days. No.
You're going in today, but this is not a full day. And the reason why I say that is because the jail is probably not going to count this as a full day. So you'll be out on day 3, but not at the beginning of day 3. So for example, usually they release people at midnight because of when I'm placing this order in the time it is. They're not going to release you at midnight. They'll probably put it in like 3 to 4 more hours, but you'll be released on day 3, but not in the morning at 12 a.m.
Okay,
All right?
So sometime Friday, I think is what she's telling me.
Yes.
okay.
All right.
Okay, Judge.
Do I make the phone call with him or?
Just speak to the deputies and the deputies will let you know.
So he had the warrant on this MTR, so I'm assuming they'll withdraw that warrant.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Yes. But he's gonna be in jail as conditioned. 3 days. Deputy Laura,
Yes, Judge.
on this one. Hello. Morning. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good, and you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Or I should say, just fine. All right, so state that you tender an offer?
Yes, Your Honor, we have tendered an offer. We received the CPS records. We are going through them. We do still need to meet with the complainant and talk with maybe a couple witnesses defense provided. But we are asking for a very quick turnaround because it should be resolved.
All right, do y'all want it next week?
Yes.
Next Thursday if we could.
All right, Norma, if you'll recall this for disposition on March 27th.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you back then.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge.
You're welcome. Hello. All right, how are you doing today? All right, today is your plea deadline date. Have you all reached an agreement?
Judge, we got an offer from the state. It's a good offer and we are liking to accept it. My client has a parole, he's on parole. I would like a just brief, if I may, continuance to speak with the parole officer to see what effects a plea would have on his situation. Considering it's a time plea, I don't believe that would serve.
Well, if
any-
they're doing it, I can tell you the impact it's gonna have, because I've done parole hearings. If he's taking time on this case, they're revoking his parole. They're not gonna keep you on parole while you're at the prison for something else. I've never seen that in all my years. So today is plea deadline date, so either y'all are entering a plea today or you all are going to trial today. That's why he's brought over dressed for trial.
I couldn't get a week till next Thursday with my other case to
Today is
today's
plea deadline date or trial date.
yes.
Okay, so do y'all are, oh, I'm
We'll
not
go
gonna
check.
try it.
We'll go
You
check.
talk to them. Joseph Garrison. All right, Abel Favala? Yes, counsel.
Ready to proceed, Your Honor.
All right, so there's a judge's warrant by Judge Glenn.
Yes.
And this is for restitution. Are there any witnesses for restitution?
Judge, so as part of the defendant's plea agreement, he agreed to pay the restitution. We have received a medical bill from the complainant. Unfortunately, her advocate was out and she was just able to provide the rules to the defense, to the victim today.
Mhm.
And so if he's not logged on, then
Let me see. Yeah, they're not logged on. Well, counsel, have you had a chance to see the medicals? Do you object to the medicals?
We object, Your Honor, without proper authentication, without a proper sponsoring witness with regards to the matter. And this has been, I believe, either the 3rd or 4th time this matter has been rescheduled for, Your Honor. So we're ready to proceed with the restitution hearing.
And Judge, I just want to address that very briefly.
Mhm.
The first couple of hearings that we had were reset because the defendant was in or in lifetime recovery.
Yes.
The state did not object to the resets at that time, and our witness was available on these dates. On one date, the witness was present via Zoom and was excused because the defendant was in lifetime recovery at that time. I could have tried to urge that he be put on that lifetime recovery, but in consideration for his treatment, I decided to release that. And so I know that the court, I didn't come before the court at the last setting, and that's just where we're at. I just want to.
Your Honor, if I may respond, the first setting, he was in lifetime recovery and there was an agreement to postpone. It was also set a second and third time. One of the times because Ms. Galloway was ill and I did confer with Mr. Edelman and he was privy to that information regarding the hearing. And then the last hearing is just simply, it just got reset. So we're here now. I know the court indicated this would be the final one. The last one I could have urged that, there'd be no more continuances regarding this matter. I was respectful of the fact that they had to allow us, and see within a lifetime to get a reset. So we were working with them as well. But something's got to give at this point, Your Honor. The case has been closed. He's placed on deferred adjudication and I frankly have other matters to deal with.
All right. So this is what I'll do, because I do understand that there've been reset requests for both sides, back and forth, back and forth. And I understand that the court did say this would be the final restitution setting. But I also understand that there's somebody, a complainant, who has medical bills and those need to be paid because you're the cause for them having medical bills. You understand? So this,
Judge, and I, yes, and I will, and I want to thank you for giving us the reset, because the complainant, and it's the fault of us, because I wasn't here.
how long do you all expect this hearing to last?
It should be brief.
Yeah,
All right, counsel, are you able to be here tomorrow at 9 a.m. and you will be the only case other than the jury trial that's on the docket, or either I can set it in the afternoon at 1:30.
I could be here tomorrow, 9 a.m. Judge.
All right, so we're gonna recall this tomorrow at 9 a.m. That will be the last setting for restitution hearing. If the complainant is not here at some point, this must end.
thank you, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so we're gonna bring you back on March 19th. And counsel, if you would like, we can have him appear by Zoom or he can appear in person.
In terms of my client? Judge?
Yes.
Whatever's preferable to the court, I know that felony drug court said that they were gonna meet with him tomorrow, so if by Zoom, I think that might be better, so there's no kind of, please over here, so he's not, felony drug court's not able to see him.
All right, so
it's just fine.
we'll have you appear by Zoom. And counsel, if you let felony drug court know he's gonna appear by Zoom,
Yes, ma'am.
because I don't want to interfere with whatever treatment or what they're doing with you, all right?
Yes,
All
sir.
right, and
Complainant, we have previously agreed that he would appear via Zoom.
yes,
That's fine. We previously agreed to that, so we'll agree to that.
all right, so witnesses and the defendant by Zoom tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Yes, Your Honor, that works for us.
All right, thank you. And counsel, if you want to appear by Zoom, if you don't have court downtown, you can appear by Zoom as well.
I have court in another, right here, courtroom down the hallway, Judge, so I'll be close, so, I'll be here in person. But I
All right,
appreciate
thank
that, though.
you.
In front of the judge.
Hello.
Gotta stop reading.
Yeah, we do have to stop meeting this way.
No.
All right, so let me just tell you something.
Okay.
All right, I give orders. Do you understand?
Yes, I.
And you're supposed to follow those orders. Do you understand?
So.
You're either going to drug court or you're going to prison. Do you understand? So if you don't want to sign the conditions, you don't have to sign the conditions, but there are consequences. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And those consequences are a motion to revoke is going to be filed. Do you understand? And then I will make a decision on whether or not to send you to prison or continue you. But I ordered you to go to felony drug court. Felony drug court is willing to accept you. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Probation.
He said that.
All right, just have a seat.
So, what do I do?
Probation is going to talk to you. And if you do not sign the conditions, a motion to revoke will be filed. Do you understand?
And so how much time would you give me in prison?
Here's the thing, I don't know if I will give you time in prison at all, but what I'm telling you is a motion to revoke will be filed. And then I will make a decision on whether or not to continue you or send you to prison. Do you understand?
But I was not drinking or doing that stuff.
All right. I told you what I told you. All right, so you can either sign your conditions or not. If you don't sign your conditions, a motion to revoke is going to be filed. If the state is able to prove up the allegations in the motion, either you're going to prison or you're going to be continued. Thank you.
But does that mean that I broke probation for not taking the?
Probation, will you please speak to him and see if he's willing to sign the conditions to go to felony drug court? If he is still refusing to sign, file a motion to revoke.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Have a good day.
All right, you too. Who's here on Dakari Jackson?
Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I have to ask y'all, right, or not?
Christopher Rivera,
Right here, Judge.
come down, Mr. Rivera.
Come on down.
Hello.
Morning, Gunner.
Good morning, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
The original McCoys.
I was on my way to work.
That's okay. I used to love this television series that would come on called The Real McCoys.
That's my mom used to watch that.
Wasn't that a great
She
series?
loves- Yeah, she loves. She loves watching
The
that show.
guy who played the grandfather, I just never saw him as a young person. Every series he was in, he was always the same age, but he was in The Guns of Will Sonnet as well, which was a good program.
Well, wasn't that, there was something like that. There were two families that you did back in.
Well, now Will Sonnet, you remember in that program, he was constantly trying to find his son, and his younger son was
Yes.
with him. And every time they would get to the town, his son will have just left.
I remember that was the one, doing that,
Oh,
you know, but yeah.
All right, so today's plea deadline date.
Judge, we're gonna need a discovery reset.
Mhm.
I am missing a body camera and he makes some statements in that body camera. And so I've talked to Mr. Rick right there, he is sneaking up behind me.
Mhm.
And that one, and then I need the criminal history of some of the complainants. And then I think we'll be ready. I have an offer, but I'm lacking those two things.
The last setting, Your Honor, I was informed that he had discovered them today. I was just informed that he's missing those two things.
Yeah.
So I will work on getting to those two things that he's missing.
All right, so when will you have those?
What?
When will you have those?
And have those ASAP.
Yeah, it is, what is it, Hollywood?
What does
Police-
ASAP mean?
As soon as
No, I mean, I know what the initials stand for, but what is the time?
Oh,
And you know, why do people say that slow? As soon as possible. It also means always say a prayer, but
Oh, I like that version.
thank you.
Wish they would put-
Did you see that, Alfonso? He's just trying to slow it down. It's sort of when somebody says, I don't speak English or I speak a different language, and they just continue to talk to you in English, but just slow it down and yell.
louder, and louder. Yeah, that's how I.
Oh, at the end of it.
So,
I guess I just need time to go upstairs and review or look for that missing body cam and try and get that over to defense.
It is Universal City Police Department,
oh,
So that could make
but
it
it's
slow.
universal. It's like a universal remote, so it should be quick.
really.
Unfortunately, they're not as good as other ones.
All right, recall this, Norma. Recall this for March 25th.
Yes, ma'am.
5 days before my birthday.
Oh, well, happy birth month. I believe you
3/8.
should celebrate the entire month.
Oh,
That's going to be your final plea deadline date.
The 3/25.
I'll be able to
Yes.
celebrate it at home.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
May I be excused
welcome.
then?
Yes,
All righty.
thank you.
Have a wonderful birthday.
Oh, thank you. You too. You see what page he is on? How are you doing?
I'm hanging in there, Judge. I'm
How's
doing all right.
Italy going? Or no, Spain?
Well, you know, my husband's
Yeah.
doing his thing. So we haven't been yet, but later I will have photos to share with you.
Oh, well, don't show me in a photo. You need to say, hey, Judge, we're here. Come out. Bring everyone you want to bring. I'm gonna-
I'll put you on the list.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock on the door. She's gonna say like, Stephanie, why are you here? I'm like, hey.
Oh, no, I'll know.
All right, court is calling 2022 CR 10958A, State versus Eric Gonzalez Lopez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state
Megan Galloway for the state.
defense?
Kathy Compton for Mr. Gonzalez Lopez.
Excuse me, don't talk behind the court reporter. We're on the record. Just ask the deputy to move you to the other end. All right, sorry about that. And we have and are you Eric Gonzalez Lopez?
Yes.
All right, we have an interpreter here. If you could raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you may lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Your Honor, the interpreter's name is Jorge Valle.
All right, Mr. Gonzalez Lopez, all of the documents I'm going to review with you are in English. Will those explained to you in Spanish?
Yes.
And Attorney Compton, do you speak Spanish?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
And do you speak it fluently?
Yes, I do.
And were you able to explain these documents to your client in Spanish?
Yes, I was.
I'm sorry, attorney, did you receive all discovery?
Yes, I did.
And did you review it with your client?
Yes, I did.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Are there any applications in this case?
No, there are not, Your Honor.
Sir, did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, we do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, did you review the documents entitled Admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
You're charged with aggravated kidnapping. That's a first-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering into this plea, you are giving to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case.
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor, we've discussed all of the aspects of the case.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Sir, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No,
Anyone promise you anything other than the plea?
I'm sorry?
Anyone promise you anything other than the plea bargain agreement you've reached?
No,
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
no,
Counsel, were you able to confer with your client concerning the impact this plea will have on his immigration status?
Yes, Your Honor, and I would like to state for the record that I'm board certified in criminal law, but I've also been an immigration practitioner for about 20+ years. And I did explain to him what these certain consequences of a plea in this case would be for him.
Mr. Gonzalez, Lopez, do you understand the consequences of entering into this plea bargain agreement and the impact it will have on your immigration status?
Yes.
Do you understand by entering into this plea, you will be deported and not allowed re-entry into the United States?
I do understand.
And you do understand that you will not be denied naturalization?
Yes.
Knowing this, do you still wish to continue with the plea?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison. Did you understand there's a $2,000 fine? If the court finds from the stipulated evidence that a weapon was used, there will be an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There are no applications and there is to be no contact with the complainant. Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
You know, states one in attachments.
No objection.
And state, have you spoken to the complainant?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are asking to do so, yes.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, I would just request that you follow the plea bargain. It's been a very lengthy negotiation. My client is quite young, and he was, while not trying to deny any of the responsibility, and certainly he understands what he did was definitely not something he should have done. He's extremely young at the time of this offense, and he was one of the lesser actors, I guess you would say, in the incident. So we're just asking that you follow the plea bargain and sentence him to the 5 years that we negotiated.
All right, the court will find you guilty, sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There's to be no contact with the complainant. There's to be no re-entry into the United States. And there's to be no contact with the following persons. Fräulein, Guzman, Velasquez, Randy, Lopez Benitez, Hector, Lopez Nahara, Jose, Julian, Casas, Lopez. All right, is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
Your Honor, I would ask the court to consider allowing him contact with, I believe, Fräulein, who is his stepfather, and his mother and Fräulein are married.
All
So
right.
just,
But these are United States orders. You're not allowed re-entry into the United States. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right.
thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, I do understand.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You're young, but that is no excuse to try to build your happiness off somebody else's misery. The people that you did this to were trying to come here, and you, your family, treated them badly. That's not allowed. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
May I be excused?
Yes.
Thank
Hello.
Hello, sorry.
All right, so here's the thing, and I'm just telling you this, and it's coming, trust me, what I'm about to tell you is coming from a good place. I don't know why people wear sagging pants. That needs to stop, all right? So when you are with your friends, there's a certain way you may dress. But when you're in court, wear the right size pants or either get a belt. You understand? It's not good. Nobody wants to see people's underwear. They only do that for Calvin Klein, where people have their underwear and they show that it's Calvin Klein. But you don't have to tell everybody what kind of underwear write it in a letter or something. This is the underwear I'm wearing, okay? All right. But other than that, I'm fine with the way you're dressed. Okay.
I'll just better next time.
Okay, I appreciate that. All right, let me see what page he is on. All right. So on this case, where are we on discovery, counsel?
Your Honor, we do have discovery. I believe this is our first sitting on the felony case. I've
Mhm.
conferred with the state, and we have a global offer that's going to take care of, this case is going to be dismissed, and we're going to plea on a couple of misdemeanor cases.
All right,
Okay.
so what date, when is that going to be happening?
I don't have the county court 9 case off the top of my head.
I think it was the 20th or the 31st.
Yeah.
All right, well, let me look it up on Odyssey.
I can see if I can find it also, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's the 31st. Your Honor, it's set March 31st.
March
Monday.
31st?
Yes.
All right, so this is what I'll do. On this case, I'm going to set it for April 1st.
Okay.
And then if that's completed on the 31st, we won't need to be here.
Sounds good.
But if on the 31st, for some reason, something goes wrong and it's not completed, just walk up here so I can give you a different date.
Okay. Will do, yeah.
All right, so we'll have you back here on April 1st. Do you understand? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You have a good day.
You too. Just have him remain until the reset form is signed. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 2068 State versus David Coyote Vargas. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Attorney for the state of Texas.
for the defense?
Monica Guerrero for Mr. Vargas, Your Honor.
And Hector Gonzalez for Mr. Cook.
Right, and are you Mr. Vargas?
Yes,
All right, you entered a plea to the lesser included. According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at $1,500. The state is recommending deferred adjudication, and you're to comply with Chapter 62 registration. Outside the plea bargain agreement, there's a no contact. What I can tell all parties, the court is going to order no contact.
That's good.
All right, have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
We have, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor, first.
Any objections to the PSI report?
No, Your Honor. Well, I guess when you won, there was a mention of restitution in there.
Yes.
However, I reviewed that with the state of Texas and we do not believe that there is any restitution that's actually owed.
Your Honor, the state's aware of what restitution is involved and what the usual parameters are for restitution. So the state will defer to the court as far as an amount that the court, if it deems to award to the victim on this case.
All right, so any objections to the court reviewing what's listed as restitution?
I have zero objection, Your Honor.
All right, so what I can tell parties is legally, there's only certain things that I can give restitution for.
I understand.
The divorce and things of that nature, you're not allowed to receive restitution for that. If I could give restitution for that, I would. The other items that are being requested for restitution, if I could give restitution for that, I would. But legally, I'm not allowed to give restitution for the items that are listed that total $15,000, approximately $15,000. So if there's any type of case law that you would have that says that I'm incorrect in my evaluation, I'm more than willing to hear that and more than willing to give you a time to address those. But based upon my knowledge of the law, I'm legally not allowed to give restitution for the items that are listed.
I understand, Your Honor. We've made the victim aware of that.
All right, so then is this the only restitution that's listed from page 8? It's entitled Some Financial Damages. And then it has approximately $15,000 as the total. Is there any other restitution other than those items?
That is all that was originally submitted by the victim and was requested by the victim.
All right. So then next we'll move on to sentencing. Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor, only that it's been cooperative with everything, and we would ask that you follow along with the agreement we made with the state.
Okay.
Judge, he has been gainfully employed. He has not just been sitting around doing nothing. He's helping his family who has been supportive of him. His parents are both in the courtroom and they very much want him to get this plea agreement that we entered into with the state.
And on that note, Your Honor, the victim is present as well. Should I think the victim will pass it?
All right. All right. This is what the court is going to do. The court will follow the agreement that you've reached. The court is going to sentence you to 6 years deferred adjudication. There's a $1,500 fine that will be probated. Chapter 62 compliance, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no contact with minors. You'll be on the special unit with probation for this offense. There's to be no contact with the complainant. With regards to the community service hours, there is no place that will allow you to do community service hours. So I am gonna do 80 hours of community service restitution, but you're gonna have to pay that off at $7.25 per hour. I always recommend people to the food bank because the food bank always needs food. However, that's not an order from the court. That's something to consider. If you have another charity that you would like to donate to, if it's on the approved list for probation, that's fine. If it's not on the approved list, your attorney can come back to the court and I'll make a determination of whether or not it's a true charity and not the human fund, okay? Probation, is there anything else? All right, and I'm also gonna sentence you to 30 days in the Bear County Jail as a condition of probation. And that's to start today. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Excuse me, did you review the trial court certification with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed the plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, my understanding is, and thank you so much for dressing appropriately for court. My understanding is that there is victim impact, so what's gonna end up happening is the complainant is gonna wanna speak to you. I just require that everyone treats everyone with respect, okay? All right. And is there an application in this case? No. Is there?
Oh. My apologies.
All right, it's right over there. Oh, I don't think I have your cell number. Okay. Okay, thank you. Hello, how's it going?
I'm good, and you, Judge?
All right, I cannot complain. It's a beautiful day outside.
There you go, yes.
What page is Placencia on? Oh, found it.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 011893 State versus Fernando Placencia. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Megan Galloway for the state.
David Dilly for Mr. Leon Placencia, Your Honor.
Are you Mr. Placencia?
Yes.
All right, we have an attorney here. I'm sorry, an interpreter here. Could you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear and affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Cesar Chavez, license number 2203.
All right, Mr. Placencia, all of the documents I'm going to review with you are in English. Were those documents explained to you in Spanish?
Yes.
And counsel, do you speak Spanish?
I am very fluent, Your Honor.
All right, and were you able to explain the documents to him in Spanish?
I did, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Placencia, did you review the document entitled Application for Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
All right. Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, we are reading the child passenger enhancement and proceeding on the class B misdemeanor offense of DWI first.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you review the admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand you're charged with driving while intoxicated as a class B misdemeanor? The range of punishment is up to $2,000 fine and up to 180 days in the Bear County Jail. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea, you are giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, and he was.
Sir, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
No. No.
Counsel, did you explain to your client the legal consequences for entering a plea and the impact it will have on his immigration status?
Yes, Your Honor. If I just may briefly state something for the record, my client has been a
legal permanent residence since 2001. He understands that a plea of guilt or no contest to this misdemeanor offense can probably result in deportation, removal, or denying citizenship in the future. And he's understanding that risk and he intends to move forward.
All right, sir, do you understand the consequences of entering a plea in this case as it relates to your immigration consequences?
Yes.
Do you understand that you can be deported and not allowed re-entry into the United States? Do you understand that you could be denied naturalization? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of DWI first. They're asking that your punishment be assessed at 180 days in the Bexar County Jail. There's a $2,000 fine. State recommends community supervision, ignition interlock for 1 year, and 1 year Texas driver's license suspension. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours community service restitution, and parenting classes. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offense, the lesser included offense of DWI first, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State, any evidence?
State offers states exhibit number 1 attachment.
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. The court will find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. So my client did take the initiative, even though I don't believe it's part of the plea bargain agreement, but I did show it to the state. If I may present this to the court. My client already took the DWI education course in the victim impact panel live.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. Other than that, we respectfully request, Your Honor, if you could follow the plea agreement. My client has no prior record.
All right, the court will find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 180 days in the Bexar County Jail, suspended and probated for 2 years. There's a $2,000 fine that will be probated. Ignition interlock for 1 year. There's to be a 1 year license suspension. There should be 120 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once he completes that, the community service restitution will be deemed satisfied. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. 90 sober meetings in 90 days. Proof of employment within 30 days of release. There should be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. And there is going to be a TAP evaluation in custody and follow TAP recommendations.
In custody, Judge?
Yes.
Yeah. No, Laura was asking. Yeah.
All right. All right. And then since you've already completed, I'm going to order the DWI education course
Yes, Your Honor.
and victim impact panel live. All All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, is there anything else that you need from the court that would help you be successful on this probation?
No.
And probation, is there anything else? Oh, thank you so much. And there'll be field visits one time per month for 6 months. All right, good luck to you. And thank you so much for dressing appropriately for court. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And they may need you to,
Oh, another one?
well, to go over conditions with him. I'm not sure.
No worries.
I can translate if.
Oh, I think it has to be an official translation. Although I do trust your translation skills.
Your Honor, and I apologize, I didn't catch this, in custody
For the TAP evaluation. They should be finished with it this week.
within this week.
But and counsel, the reason why I'm doing that is based upon what I've read in the report.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Okay.